Welcome to Lakeshore Natural Resource Partnership. Welcome to Conservation, Collaboration, Community. Sheboygan County's Amsterdam Dunes Preservation Area is a 328-acre conservation parkland on the Lake Michigan shoreline. Project partners are working to restore habitats and engage local stakeholders in an effort to adapt the ecosystem to a changing climate. Partners have secured funds to restore canopy cover in various habitats across the site. Diverse habitats include coastal ridge and swale, wetlands, forested bluffs, wooded ravines, restored prairie, and agricultural fields. Extensive lowland forests are dominated by ash and are vulnerable to large-scale tree die-offs as a result of emerald ash borer infestation. Salvage timber harvests have been completed across the site. Maintaining diverse forests is critical to migratory birds. The preserve is a critical link on the Lake Michigan coastal flyway. Remnant ridge and swale ecosystems are rare in Wisconsin and found primarily along the Lake Michigan shoreline. The parallel ridges and swales offer exceptionally complex and diverse habitats for wetland, upland, and Great Lakes shoreline plants and support rich assemblages of amphibians, reptiles, and breeding and migrating birds. Restoring and enhancing remnant ecosystems is critical to maintaining species diversity and community resiliency, especially when the surrounding landscape is developed for either agriculture or industry. Diverse landscapes sustain more species of native plants and animals, which provide greater resiliency in a changing climate. Project partners are working to restore canopy cover within the ridge and swale ecosystem by planting diverse tree species. Diverse forests are better able to respond to stressors, including invasive species and climate change. Thousands of native trees are being planted on site. Tree species selection is guided by target, community, and analysis of what species will thrive under future climate conditions. Tree locations are recorded for future monitoring. Agricultural use has led to fragmentation of natural habitats. Re-establishing connected corridors will increase habitat value and resilience. Hydrology monitoring wells are tracking water levels to guide wetland restoration design. The design will include restoration of original ridge and swale topography in areas which have been altered by historic agricultural land use. U.S. Forest Service funded tree plantings on former cropland were installed in spring 2019 and 2020. Native prairie seed was installed to provide diverse herbaceous cover until the canopy develops. Hundreds of native trees will absorb stormwater and carbon while providing food and shelter for birds and wildlife. The native trees will reduce habitat fragmentation once established. Restoration is underway to restore the ridge and swale ecosystem, to reduce fragmentation, and connect the diverse natural habitats. Lake Michigan has a moderating effect on local climate, which will buffer new plantings from hot and cold temperature extremes. Future warming is likely to be moderated near the Great Lakes. Climate change is expected to lead to more frequent heavy rains and increased erosion. New wetland scrapes intercept runoff, absorb and release groundwater slowly, protecting downstream water quality. Drain tiles were removed and berms were installed to restore wetland and aquatic habitats. These areas provide habitat for amphibians, migrating ducks, and shorebirds. They also capture and store sediment from upland sources to protect water quality within downstream waterways and Lake Michigan. Adjacent uplands have been restored to native prairie and will be managed to control invasive species. Mesick ravines contain waterways which transport water from the agricultural watershed to Lake Michigan. These waterways are vulnerable to pollutants associated with agricultural runoff. Actions to protect these waterways are underway within the preserve and will include restoring agricultural fields to native perennial vegetation, which will provide more moderated flow. Cool ravines provide a refuge for vulnerable species from a warming climate. Since 2003, LNRP and our partners have been leaders in cleaning our waters, restoring our land, and making our communities healthier. Join us today and be part of our legacy of impact tomorrow.